Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So first off, I want to apologize for how echoey it is in this room. I'm going to be working on getting a mic, so hopefully that'll help with how echoey it is in here. But let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about Uber driving. I have been an Uber driver for about 2.5 years. I have done about 250 trips and my rating is 4.96. So I won't be talking about any type of earnings that I make in this video. That would be a separate video, but let's go ahead and just jump right in. So preparation. What should you have with you? What should you buy before you even start Ubering? So what I recommend you buy before you even start Ubering is seat covers, a portable vacuum, and a phone mount. So one of my biggest regrets when I first started Uber driving was not having seat covers because I thought, oh, no one's gonna bring in their drink in my car. It happens a lot more than you think. I had a girl that spilled her pina colada in my front seat and the next day it was really gross and dirty. And yes, you can report that type of things on the app, but that comes out of that person's pocket and I just feel bad, but I know I should have done it. The next thing that I recommend is the mini vacuum. So I honestly don't have a mini vacuum. I just vacuum my car at one of those gas stations. And it's just because I want to make sure that whoever is coming into my car, thinks that it's clean, it's, not super dirty. Like I didn't just go online and be like, okay, let me pick up whoever and let's start making money, right? The most important thing, in my opinion, to have as an Uber driver, if you don't want to get seat covers, vacuum your car, is get a phone mount. That is the most important thing because they're only like 10 bucks, they're super cheap, and it looks so bad when you're like driving and having your phone in your hand and it's like you're trying to like figure out like where they live and stuff, and that is the most important thing. I would definitely even invest in a good one just because mine broke the other day, so I had to literally follow his directions on like in my hand like that, and I just felt like it just wasn't professional. So I don't want to go too in depth with the app because you're gonna just have to kind of go in there and see what type of things you're able to do and report and whatnot. There's so many options now since when I started. When I first started, they didn't even have like the 911 button on there, and now since sadly there's been a lot of incidents where fatalities have occurred, they have updated this app and I feel so safe now when I drive. But I would definitely recommend sharing your location with someone while you're Uber driving. The times I usually drive are between like 9 and 3. So it kind of just depends. I used to drive every weekend. Now it's kind of just like on holidays. But I would definitely share your location with someone because that'll kind of like ease their mind and be like, okay, I know where she's at. Is something happening? I'll know where she's at. But Uber does have an awesome feature as well where like yesterday I was at a White Castle drive-thru. Kid you not, I think I was stopped for maybe a minute and a half. And it said, hey, we noticed you stopped driving. Is everything okay? And all the little features on there pop up, like 911, everything's okay. I got in an accident, etc., etc. So it is amazing what they have done to this app. So what you should also know is that with Uber, you can choose to cash out right away or just wait a week. I think you get paid on Thursdays. So let's say you're Uber driving Friday and Saturday and Sunday, you have to cash out before, I want to say 4 or 5 a.m. on a Sunday, and that way it won't go into like their payroll system, I suppose. But there's also some people that are afraid on their taxes on how to claim Uber. So Uber comes off as a loss because you're losing miles, and it's kind of losing as in like the gas, I suppose. I'm not sure. I know it's on miles, but I kind of claim it as a win because I get money back from Ubering, so it's technically counted as a loss, but in my opinion it's a win. I feel like that's also something that people wonder. Another thing that I know people always ask me about is what do you do if someone gets really rowdy in your car? You have to remember you are technically an independent contractor. Like that's how you file your taxes. So you have to remember that that is your car, that is your property. You can kick them out. If you feel unsafe, you can call 911. Like I'm the type where if I feel safe in my car, I'm gonna kick you out. I'm gonna tell you, if you do that again, I'm gonna kick you out because it's my car, okay? But some people feel uncomfortable, but you have to remember it's your car. You're their taxi. You can kick them out on the side of the road, okay? So I don't want you guys to feel like you can't go ahead and be upfront with people and say like, yeah, I'm gonna kick you out, because you can. Another thing is accidents are covered. I think a deductible for accidents is $1,000 on Uber, so try to not get in that situation. I'm sure there's a lot more terms to it and everything, but I've never had that issue. And I would just be as personable as you can with your riders, because that'll help you. Just go along with what they're saying. More than half of them are probably drunk, so some people like chatty drivers, some people don't. I just kind of wait to see if they talk to me first. And you know, if they don't want to talk because it's 2, 3 in the morning, I do not blame them because I'm half asleep too. Which leads to my next tip would definitely be make sure you are energized, have caffeine in your body, drink a bang drink. I love those. Drink some coffee. Make sure you're not half asleep like those riders. Another thing I would definitely have is a car charger. Just because I know that would not only, you know, benefit me as a driver, but the riders as well. I also don't carry any type of candies, breath mints, anything like that in my car. Just because like Uber is not my full-time job. Like probably if it was, maybe I would have that. I don't know. I don't carry any type of things in there. I know people love when they get, you know, treats from Uber drivers, but that's just another hassle. That's just, people leave junk in my car all the time. Like, if I take them to White Castle, because they're like, hey, would you mind? I'm like, sure. And they end up leaving their trash in my car. Like, that's not cool either, you know? And the last thing I would say is do not be afraid to clock out for the night and go to bed. And that sounds so dumb, but the other night it was so busy and I was like, man, it's already 3 in the morning. And I had been Ubering from 9 to 3. And it was so busy and I was like, man, I could still be making some money. And I'm like, girl, it is 3 in the morning. Like, you gotta go to bed. So don't be afraid to clock out. It's always gonna be busy at night, right? Bars are closing, people need to get home. But another tip I would give is make sure that because you're an Uber driver, I feel that I should be offering my services for other people I know. Like, I would tell people, do not be afraid to contact me and be like, hey girl, I really need an Uber driver and I trust you enough, I know you, to pick up like my grandma, my aunt, my friend, my boyfriend, whoever. And I open my services. It is completely up to you if you decide to be paid under the table. But you have to remember, if you choose to be paid under the table, like if someone's like, hey, can you drop me off, you know, the next street or whatever, and you're not connected to that app, you have to think about all those rules. They're out the window. Something happens to you, Uber's not gonna cover that for you. And also, I mean, it's dangerous in my opinion to be off of that app and get paid under the table. You know, I'd be like, you know what? We can just turn on the app and just keep going. So that's definitely make sure that that person is done with their ride. Because sometimes if you have multiple people in your car and they're like, hey, can you just drop me off? And you already ended the ride, you're kind of just screwed at that point, you know? But make sure you guys are safe, be careful. If you guys have any other questions, please comment down below. I tried to cover as much as I could in this video. I apologize. There's just so much going on in that app and stuff. I really hope I didn't forget anything. But if you guys have any further questions that I didn't cover in this video, just let me know. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.